What is up, guys? This is Badger1. I'm going to make a quick video, a little tutorial on the mission template builder that I'm fixing to send you both. So this is the basic contents of that mission template. It's just going to be this base here. This is the three of us. This is our virtual arsenal station. And this is just background clutter. I usually put something here to make it a little more realistic. You do need both of these flags. This is our base flag that lets the spawner know where to spawn us. And this is our parachute flag, our halo jumping flag. When you copy and paste this into your mission, the one thing that it will not add, and you can pick this whole thing up and copy and paste it, just to get up above it like so, draw a green box around it, everything will highlight, hit Control C and you'll know that you've grabbed it. Then you can go to any map, anywhere, like go up here, open up new, and go to any map, and you can open this up, open up a new scenario, and go to anywhere on that map and hit Control V, and it will drop this entire base down on that map. Given any elevation changes, you might look at your objects and you might have to raise them up and down to set them on the ground. Like this one was a tad high. I left it that way on purpose to show you that everything's kind of up off the ground when you do elevation changes. This is most notable on the on this box setup here, when the box is sitting on the table. So if you go to any other map and copy and paste this, if there's elevation changes or gradations in the map, you put this thing on a hill or something, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have to go in and do a lot of adjusting on your objects. So if you just want to do a straight, this table, these two flags, and the three of us, you can copy and paste those three items and add your own clutter or whatever. You do not have to use any of these objects that are down. This is from the Isla Duala compound that I made. I just moved it over to this map just to show you what everything looks like set up. Now I'm going to give you a brief rundown of how to link all the things that we use, the supports, how to hook up Zeus. I've also got some independent units down here, and I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible so I don't make like a 45-minute video for you to watch. I have all of the inits and all the waypoint configurations set on the units, so you can, if you choose to fight them, if you choose to make our enemies independents, you can copy and paste these guys and just change the units up. But should you click on this waypoint, it opens up, you go down to the init, and this is what you can paste here to make this unit do task defend. If you go to this unit here and click on the lead guy, this is in his init field, guard house patrol, for using the house patrol thing. And you can combine this quick video with any of the other tutorials to learn what those things do. This one right here is set on task patrol. I've got it set to a radius of 15. It usually won't patrol in a radius of 15. That's just 30 meters. It usually needs to be set at least 85 in order for it to work properly. But you can put anything in here from 85 out to 3,000. Any number that you want, as long as it's above 85. Badger 2, you know this. Badger 3, this might be a little new to you, but like I said, you can look at the other video tutorials and see how to use these guys. Right now, I have these independents set to friendly to blue 4. If you don't know how to change that yet, just go to attributes, click on general. If you put down independents for us to fight, you might want to change this to we are aggressors to independents, not friendly to. We can shoot independents probably for the first 20 minutes before they decide that we're not friendly to them and before they start engaging us. So if you want them to be enemies from the start, you change that to aggressors. Just click that button there. Basically, that's all you'll need to do here in the general tab. Again, I've covered a lot of this stuff in the other tutorials, so you can combine this quick one with the others that I've got up on my channel. So on to Zeus. Anybody can be Zeus. If you are building the mission and you want to be Zeus, right now this is tied to me. You put down the Zeus module, which you can find in Systems over here. It's on the very bottom. It is Game Master. You click it and put it down. You can only put one of these down on the map at a time. Only one person in game can be tied to Zeus, so just keep that in mind. But Zeus does have to have a specified owner. So if you click on me, it says Element Leader Badger 1. You have to specify that in the Zeus module here, where it says owner, Badger 1. I always do default add-ons as all of our add-ons, including unofficial ones, just so that it will spawn, it'll allow you to spawn any of the content that we have loaded into our games that we launch when we play. To get the editable objects, like if you want to be putting down houses and barricades and stuff like that as we play, if you're playing as Zeus, you want to add this function here, which is called Add Editable Objects, which is right here. You just click it, place it on the map. You can right click on it and just hit Connect, Sync To, and sync it to the Zeus module. That basically allows you to have access to everything in your objects tray for mission building. So if you're Zeusing and you want to add a apartment complex, it will allow you to do that, but it has to be synced to the Zeus module in order for you to do so. If you do not have this down and linked to Zeus, you cannot put down anything empty. That is anything empty. So if we're playing in your Zeus and somebody says, hey, forgot my night vision, can you put some down for me? You are not going to be able to do it unless you have this editable objects linked to your Zeus module. Okay, moving on. The support requester, you have to have one of those down. From the support requester, you can tie all of your support modules that are virtual or actual. I will tell you the difference again right quick. Virtual means that when you call for that support, the AI will generate whatever support you choose. To do that, you just put down the virtual provider that you want. Those are listed over here under supports. There's an support provider artillery, and then one that's also virtual. This is the one that I always use in my missions. This is the one that lists, you know, half a dozen different artillery pieces, the MLRS launcher, mortars, all of that. You will get all of those options. If you are building a mission and you just want our team to have access to a mortars, you will literally have to put down a Blue 4 mortar team or whatever you're wanting us to link to. This will be the only artillery support option unless you link others. You sync it to the module, okay? This will only give us access to that artillery gun right there. i.e., when that thing runs out of ammo, we're out of supports, if you want to think of it like that. The virtual module does not restrict you on the amount of times you can call it or the ammo that it uses. So I have supply drop and helicopter virtual attack right here. I will generally put a helicopter pad under it just for a little bit of realism. So you can put a helicopter pad down, and then I will set those modules right there so that the helicopters will spawn. They spawn up in the air, but if you come back to base on, say, a transport helicopter, it will want to land on this helicopter pad right here. So click off that object. Let's click on the support provider. We're going to link it to the requester. Click OK. The attack helicopters, we're going to sync it to the requester as well. And then over here I have the artillery module. Like I said, this has every artillery piece on the Blue 4 side linked to it. That is mortars, 155 guns, 230 millimeter rockets. So once that's synced to that, we can call those supports. If you want to call airstrikes, that is the virtual air CAS. Where is it? CAS bombing run virtual. I will usually put it far away. It usually works well too if you're operating close to your base and you don't want the plane just to spawn right overhead. You can place this way out in the ocean somewhere and still sync it to your support module. So when you call those planes, it'll be like they're coming from an aircraft carrier off the coast out here. So it might take a little while to show up. A little bit more realism. Okay. Like I said, the only thing that will not copy and paste, like I said earlier, I skipped past this part, but I'm coming back to it now. When you copy and paste this, it does not put the respawn marker on this map. It's because we're in the 3D mode right now. You have to go to the actual map mode. Where the hell did we go? There we are. So the way to set that up, this is going to be the actual marker where we will respawn. You choose, go down all the way to the bottom of your markers. You saw how I did that, F6 markers. You're going to do on icons. This is under standard drawn. It's under system. Click on empty and just click where you want that placed. You can have a spawn out here if you want. I usually choose that we spawn close to the kit station, the virtual arsenal, because usually when we die, somebody's like, screw it, I'm going to grab me a freaking saw and I'm going to come back with a different kit. That's why I always have a spawn close. This marker has to be named, so if you double click on it, get rid of that, respawn, capital R, _ west. You can just copy that and put it down there in that line. It's just Control C, Control V, and click OK. And it will label it west. This marker is invisible to us when we are playing the game. You never see it, but that's where the computer spits you back out when you die. So you go back out to third world view or 3D view, and you can see that there's not a marker visible on the map, but it is there. If you want to put down any markers for the team to see, if you want to name this base, you have to do it in map view like this. You can't do it, you can't place a marker in 3D editor. It's got to be from the top graphical view. So if we wanted to name our base where we are, you put a flag here. You can change just the text. The marker doesn't have to have a name. FOB, forward operating base, Eagle. You put that down, and that is, again, that's only visible from this map. So on our maps in gameplay, we would be able to see where we are launching from, where our base is located in relation to any enemies that you're going to put down on the map. So keep that in mind. What else? That is about it. That is all that I'm going to include with this little set right here. You can change these guys to Op4's independence. The only thing that I didn't show you how to do is mark objectives. This is super simple. You're going to use modules. This is the down and dirty way to point us in the direction of where the action is. It is under Intel right here. Click on Intel and you're going to do create task. Okay. This is one of the simplest ways to give us something to do in the mission. And you can either choose to have this marker, this location visible or not. It's totally up to you. But just create the task right here. When you double click on this, you can say all playable units, which would be us. I generally set it to blue 4. Task ID, for purposes of this demonstration, I'll just say TSK1. Title, kill these guys. It can be anything. Now you can come down here and give a further detailed description, and that will show up in when we click on this task. It will basically highlight this description, so when you read it on the screen, you kind of have a better idea of what you're doing, other than, hey, just go kill these guys. You can put, hey, these guys are part of a revolutionary group, they've been attacking convoys, yada yada yada. We need to, track down these guys and kill them to the last man. You can type all of that shit in here. There's nothing that's going to restrict you as far as letter wise. I've never filled up this whole box with text. Usually I do 2 or 3 sentences and call it good. This down right here, you want to leave this as created. Module position. If you disable this, we will not be able to click this in the task menu and have it give us a marker on the horizon for us to go to. We basically have to have either a second marker on the map saying possible enemy position, this, that, or the other. Go to the village near so-and-so, look for the bad guys, something like that to tell the team to get there. But if you leave it module position in the task menu, when you click on the task, you can say assigned, like we do when we play, and it will put that marker on the map so you can pan around and you can say, hey, at 1.2 clicks away, that's our first objective. Let's go do that. So if you want to have that at module position and have it seen all the time, you leave it on module position. If you want to have the team to use their compasses and their maps, disable it. It's the simplest way to explain it. Okay, right here you can change this task type. This is just what the marker looks like to the team. It can be attack. It can be footprints, car. You can make it, if it's convoy ambush, you can put, danger. You can make this anything you want. It's totally up to the mission maker. Click OK. Set task state. This is what tells you, hey, you've done the objective, and it pops up the little box in the middle of the screen that says you've done this job. You can move on to the next thing. Task completed. Double click on it. You're going to set this to succeeded. Okay, I'm fixed to show you how to make all this work. In order to make this fire off like it's supposed to, the simplest way is to put down a trigger. Now this is a 100 meter radius trigger. Means it's 50 meters from side to side. It's 100 meters across. So you could put this down, open up that trigger, double click on it, and you're going to say activation, independent, and set it to not present. Condition this means that when that happens, when all the independent guys are dead, the condition of the trigger will be filled, and when you tie that trigger to this task state that says succeeded, then the little box pops up and it says you killed all the dudes, congratulations. To do that, just right click on your trigger, hit sync to, sync it to your task state, and sync your task state to your created task. So if you wanted to go one further, say you had disabled, you don't know where, you don't want to have the team a waypoint to follow or a direction to go. You don't want this marker to be visible in yellow on the map so that we see it, and it's disabled, but you still want to give the team an idea of where to go to fight. You can simply put down a marker. You can do anything you want. Standard military. Let's say we'll just put this here. You can change the color of these, make it red. Go here. Kick ass. So we won't see this marker. All of the enemies may not be sitting on top of this marker on the map, but it basically gives us an idea. That's kind of where the bad guys are. Again, when you go out into 3D view, you will not see that marker on the map. You will only see it in map view. Okay? So we'll delete that. That is basically the down and dirty way to build a quick mission. Like I said, you can change these to Op 4 if you want. Just remember that if you do that, you can have both Independence and Op 4 if you have combined forces of Independence and Op 4 fighting against us. Say you want to use African militia, Independence, but you didn't want to use African militia as Op 4. Make sure that in the General tab, both of those are set as aggressors to NATO, not one of these handshakes. If you put down Op 4 guys, just always look at this box. Bottom line, always check this box before you say, hey, this mission's good to go, we're ready to play it. Always look at this box. I've done it 100 times, so I know. Get into a mission, bad guys aren't shooting at us. What's the deal? Oh, I forgot to set the Independence to, tell them that they're not friendly to Blue 4. That's why they're not killing us. So always look at this box right here. Last thing, and probably the most beneficial thing, to you as a mission maker. This is a thing that I just learned not too long ago, is with Eden Editor that you couldn't do with Arma 2. Say you put guys down and you don't like the way they look. The old style way to do it was we would build kits and copy and paste the Word files of those kits into a text document, and we would have them. I still have mine. I've got hundreds of them where I've built enemy soldiers, and I would come in here and go to their init field, and I would copy and paste in here an entire kit to change their looks. You don't have to do that anymore. Eden Editor has made it easy for you. So you just basically right click on the guy, go to Edit Loadout, and it will take you immediately to the virtual arsenal. You'll be looking at your bad guy, and you can change his kit. There's your bad guy. So you can put him in whatever you want at this point. Let's change him like this, just to show you. Blue helmet. Let's give him a AK-74 instead of that. Let's give him a Alice pack, just so you can see what I'm talking about, and give him a plate carrier. Okay. Make sure you click OK here, and when you go into the screen, this new guy is completely kitted out the way that you told him, the way you assigned him in Editor. Always remember that you can copy and paste. If you spend 20 minutes building a team of 12 guys, remember when you put that team of 12 guys down, just because it's 12 guys doesn't mean that you have to use those 12 guys to copy and paste. It will always randomly assign a squad leader to a group to a team. So say you spent 20 minutes changing all the kits to these guys, and you have a team leader here, and this is your team. Well, you're building a mission and you want to build it rather quickly. It's 30 minutes until we kick off and play, and you need to get this done as quickly as possible. You have all of your team made. Instead of putting another group of guys down and building a whole new set of kits, just take 3 guys, hit Control-C, copy and paste those 3 guys. If you want an RPG guy to be in that team, get over him, copy and paste, and there's your team with your RPG. Take a guy out, you got a Sentry Patrol. I will do this a lot for building missions. I generally don't spend a whole lot of time rekitting guys. I will do different groups of men. Well, I'll do road sentries and team patrols, and I'll do groups of guys that are going to be guarding the town, and then I will pick and pull from that team and build a whole new unit when I make those guys. But I just want these guys and copy and paste them, and then at that point I can open up one guy, assign him as the corporal or whatever, copy and paste in his init field the last thing, whatever. If you want the task patrol, if you're wanting to house patrol, if you're wanting to task defend, it doesn't have to be that complicated. I want these guys to stand in this one spot right here, and I want them to sentry the spot. I can do that. That's a team of enemies right there. Put them guys guarding a doorway, bam, instant combat right there. So that's about it. I hope this video wasn't long. I hope it was helpful. If I missed anything for you guys to build your quick missions with, by all means text me. Got my number, let me know. Or put comments down in the video. I get updates on my phone, and I can answer them as needed. That's all I can think of right now for down and dirty mission building. Everything you need is going to be in the mission file that I sent you, including the VCOM AI script will be in there. The only thing that you need to worry about changing or removing is the briefing. That will be have to be done in another tutorial because it's kind of lengthy. But once we get on, I can talk y'all through, get y'all both up. We can pull this mission template up, and we can open up the briefing file, and I can show y'all how to do that so y'all can write some kick-ass briefings for your missions. It's not hard. It seems overwhelming and it seems intimidating, but it's not. I know I went through that rather quickly, but like I said, I broke this down in several different video tutorials. Y'all can go back, open that up, open those up, and you pull from them, combine them with this one. And again, if you've got any questions, just let me know. Hope this helps. Badger1 out.